We have found these pamphlets across all that is, usually on worlds that are ending. Sometimes we will find them discarded in elsewhere, always printed in the local language, and while metaphors change, details change, and references to local culture change, the details on the ritual are always the same. Based on description of the ritual and the road, it appears to be a path that connects to elsewhere. Whether this path has always been there and is opened by the ritual, or if the path is created by the ritual, is unclear. What is followed was recovered from Terra 15, a world where humanity was destroyed by a nuclear war. 108 minutes after the launch of the first bomb, humanity was extinct. It is presumed that the pamphlet was distributed before the war began, with how little time was given for people to act. So, you just realized your world is going to end. Boy, isn't that a scary thought. The only thing scarier than the thought is the certainty of knowing it is going to end. Now your mind will be rushing with many thoughts. I, as the writer, will give you a minute to process those thoughts, but not too long. Just because your world is ending doesn't mean that your life is ending. If you follow my directions carefully, you will escape your world safely. You may even be able to bring your friends, family, and the family dog along if you follow my directions exactly. Now, you may be asking yourself, what causes the end of the world? Was it that pesky nuclear war everyone was talking about in the break room? Or maybe that new blue flu you heard about on the bus? Or was your crazy mother-in-law right, and that was Horus rising from the ocean? Well, who cares? As long as you escape, you will survive. Now, what do you need to perform the ritual that will save you? First, this pamphlet. Lucky you. Second, a knife that was used in a murder before the ritual. Sorry, self-defense, abortion, suicide, and accidental deaths don't count. It has to be used by one human being to kill one or more human beings with the intent of killing another human being. If you cannot get store-bought, homemade knives and homemade murders are fine. Third, 12 candles. Any non-electric candle will work. Rendered from animal fat or beeswax is preferred, but not necessary. Fourth, something to light the candles. Most matches, lighters, and flint will work. It is preferred to have at least 2 backups. You can also light one candle and use that to light the other candles. 5. A sacrifice. At least 1 sacrifice for each person you are trying to save. What kinds of sacrifices are acceptable will be discussed later. Okay, it's later now. So, sacrifices. A sacrifice has to hurt. It has to cost you, and it has to cost you personally. Not just you, the reader, but the ones who are escaping the dying world. Traditionally, in the ancient world, this would be the first of your harvest, any firstborn livestock, and that would be sufficient. In the ancient world, you weren't certain if the first of your crops and livestock were going to be all you got. So sacrificing that meant sacrificing your certain future for the hope of a better future. As the world has grown more powerful and stable, this is no longer represented by the first of a harvest. Most people aren't farmers anymore, and even if you are nearly certain to get more of a harvest than just the first. The symbolism behind the act, however, that part is very necessary to the hungry ones. You have to give up a sacrifice that means giving up a possible future. The more painful and personal, the better for their hungry mouths. Now, for a basic sacrifice, you will want a pet or animal that is new to you, but one that you have cared for long enough to form an emotional attachment to. Puppies, kittens, baby goats, goldfish, orphans, vagrants, son-in-laws, daughter-in-laws, co-workers, next-door neighbors, or pet birds are good examples. There isn't a hard and fast rule for how long you need to care for them, but long enough that they trust you. long enough that when you think about killing them, that you question doing it. That is a good time to sacrifice. Don't wait too long, though. Your emotions may keep you from doing what you need to do. Basic sacrifices promises that the gate to the road will open. It will not give you anything special. Now, if you believe that is sufficient, then try that. But if you are someone who doesn't want to get their hands dirty, or if you want a nicer escape, then keep reading on the quality of sacrifices. There are other ways of giving up your future in sacrifice. If you are someone who is wealthy, you could give away all of your wealth. Every single cent, every asset, every stock, every bond, every last drop of power you own to charity. And to charity, I don't mean buying a hospital wing and putting your name on it. I don't mean putting your name as a legacy of a great giver. It all has to be given in anonymity, and you will be penniless before the candles are lit, or the ritual will not work. How do you know that you are wealthy enough for this to apply to you? You'll know it applies to you because it feels easier to slit your neighbor's throat than to give away your wealth. But there are other sacrifices as well. If you are a writer, you can burn your unpublished stories, knowing that it will never be read, that you will never be able to write that story or any other story ever again. A forever emptiness inside of your mind that will lie there forever. If you are an artist, you can destroy your tools, making sure you will never be able to make art again. All those unmade pieces, all those pieces that could have been, are now never made. How do you know that you are a strong enough writer and artist? When the thought of stopping hurts like losing a family member. Can other sacrifices be tried? Absolutely. But be sure that it hurts, and be sure that everyone who wants to escape is willing to sacrifice. If even one person during the ritual is unwilling to sacrifice, then no one in the ritual will escape. So you may all want to do your rituals separately if you aren't willing. If you try a sacrifice we didn't list and it doesn't work, that isn't our fault. That isn't our fault. That isn't our fault. Now, on to the ritual. Sacrifice between the hours of dawn and dusk. Whether it is your wealth or the life of another, it needs to be done when soul can witness your deeds. Then wait for the sun until the sun sets, but before the moon rises. Find a dark room, sit on the floor of the room. Make a circle around yourself with the unlit candles, like the ticks of a clock. If there are more than one of you, then each one of you will surround yourselves with 12 candles. You may all share the same knife, but do not leave your circle with the candles lit. And remember, blood-borne diseases are a very real risk. Then you will light the candles while sitting in a circle. Once all 12 candles are lit, take your knife that has murdered someone. Then you will need to cut yourself and drop your own blood on each candle wick. Enough blood to smother the flame. The flame of each candle will need to be smothered by your own blood. If you stop bleeding, cut yourself again. Cut yourself again. Cut yourself again. If you don't have enough blood to put out the flames, if you are alone, then come to the terms with the fact that you will soon die with your world. Make peace with it, and you will be happier for it. If you are with others, then pray for forgiveness. You've doomed others that may have been saved. Maybe you'll find a God that will forgive you, because your friends will not. And if you are in a group where someone else doesn't have enough blood, kill them. If they die, the ritual can continue, but let them finish their prayer first. The gods are not kind to those who don't let their worshippers finish. If you put out every candle with your blood and your sacrifice is accepted, you will see another candle light in a dark corner of the room. A corner that should not physically exist in that room. A strange angle in stranger geometry. This is your last chance to turn back. If you follow this candle, you will never be able to go back. You will never be able to go back. You will never be able to go back. You and everyone who have joined you will head to the 13th candle. It will be identical to the candles you have lit, with one exception. The flame is red, dim, and cold. The better your sacrifice or sacrifices, the warmer and stronger the flame. If you sacrifice a goldfish, expect to have a flame barely stronger than a spark. If you sacrificed your entire bloodline, every work you've ever done, and all of your wealth, you can expect your candle to burn almost as bright as the sun. Still, it will feel too dim and cold for where you are going. Grab this candle and carry it carefully. It must never go out. If the candle goes out at any point during your journey, you, and anyone with you, will have to wander without any light. Even your lighter and matches with you will not light. This place is too cold for flame to exist, and you may find it nearly impossible to find your way to escape. Fortunately, even with the flame out, you will find your way out eventually. Eternity is, after all, enough time to find the right door. If you can keep this candle lit, pay attention to the flame. When it burns warmer and brighter, you are on the right path. If it dims and weakens, then you are on the wrong path. This flame is the only fire that exists in this place. Treasure it and protect it. You'll also notice when you pick up the flame, the room has changed. The door you used to enter is gone. You will notice a hallway that wasn't there before. A hallway with strange angles that feel like it shouldn't be possible. Like making 3 right turns that instead of going left, goes forward. You may see doors that unfold rather than open. You may even see stairs that you have to climb up to go down. This is normal. This is normal. This is normal. Your world was never normal. You may find discarded candles on your path. Leave them alone. Those who left their candles behind still wander these halls, and they may be seeking your flame. Do not let the flame go out. Do not let the flame go out. Do not let the flame go out. Fire cannot exist here. That fire isn't fire. It's more precious than that, and they have all lost theirs a long time ago. You may wonder if you can use your candle to light the candles of others. You can, but why would you do that? They wouldn't do that. So why do it for them? Do it for them. Do it for them. Do it for them. You may pass rooms with icy figures hunched over abandoned candles, cuddling each other for warmth, or who still look like they are finding a way out. If you are foolish enough to touch them, you will find that they are colder than ice and harder than diamond. These are those who let their candles go out. I didn't let it go. It was stolen. It is stronger than they let you know. Now they are stuck here, waiting for someone to light their candles again, which will never happen. Which will never happen. Which will never happen. Which will never happen. Which will happen. Or until they move their frozen carcasses to their new worlds. Be wary of your candle. Even the briefest glimpse of light and warmth, no matter how weak and how brief, will be like the first day of spring, bringing hope, life, and breath to the dead, who will try to follow you and any of your friends with you. Leave them behind. You will see their gray faces with blood frozen in their veins. Leave them behind. You will see their tears frozen from their eyes and permanently scarring both flesh and soul. Leave them behind. You will see frozen mothers clutching frozen infants to their breasts, begging you silently in tongues long since dead, their fingers blackened by the cold, the blankets more brittle than sugar castles, and their hope as warm as frostburn, begging you to at least bring their children with you, begging you to at least take them somewhere where they can finally die. Leave them behind. You may wonder why the writers of this pamphlet are so insistent on you leaving behind others when you travel through these dark halls. The answer is simple. They chose to leave everyone in their world behind. They chose to sacrifice another for their own safety. They chose to let everyone else die so they can live. Just like you did. Just like you did. Just like you did. And know that if you stay too long here, you will join them. And they are not strong enough to choose violence. Not anymore. Now, it is important that when you travel down these hidden halls that you keep moving. If you stay still for even 1 minute, your candle will go out, no matter how strong it burns. You will only ever have seconds to rest before your journey can continue. Even when your feet freeze to the ground, you need to keep moving. Even when every inhale burns and every exhale crackles, you need to keep moving. Even when your eyelids turn to lead, your thoughts turn to fog, and your will turns to dust, you need to keep moving. No matter how bad it is with your candle, remember, it is far worse with your candle gone. You will know you have reached the end of your journey when you see the statue. If you were traveling with others, you will now be alone. Don't worry, they will be facing the statue on their own time, and you may even see them again soon. The room will be dominated by a golden statue of a humanoid figure sitting cross-legged with both hands facing palms up, resting on its legs. Both hands will have a bowl. This room is the coldest in all of the halls. A cold so complete you will feel nothing. Not the cold, not the burning of your flesh turning to frostbite. You won't even be able to feel yourself breathing. This is the last leg of your journey. But do not stop. Don't bother trying to look at the face of the statue. Your candle will go out long before you see my twisted features. To the sides of the statue will be 2 wooden doors. One will lead you to a world that will be heaven to you. The other door will lead to a world that will be hell to you. If you had forgotten your candle or your pamphlet, then only one door will open for you. You can guess which door is always unlocked. You can guess which door is always unlocked. You can guess which door is always unlocked. She always tries to find the travelers here, but she is barred from this place. If you have both your candle and this pamphlet in hand, then all you have to do is just choose your door. With your candle, it will show you which door is your heaven, and with the pamphlet you can open that door. You are now free of the apocalypse. You will pass by the bowls in my hands. Ignore what you see in there. What is in there is unimportant and has nothing to do with you. Do not ask about what is held in my right hand. Do not glance at the wealth that is easily in grasp. Do not glance at the gold, silk, and hard drives full of crypto in my right hand. They aren't for you. You haven't earned them. Don't ask about how I got them. Don't ask why I, as a statue, would possess such wealth just before these gates. It isn't important. It was never important. It will never be important. Just know that any who have taken from my right hand have always carried something from my left hand as well, right into their heaven. Do not look into my left hand. Ignore the broken glass, vials of pestilence, the wine and blood equally spilled, the shattered ruins, the broken treaties, and afflictions that you don't even have words for yet. If you see what is in my left hand, you may find yourself unable to continue through the doors. You may try to leave something of yourself behind, something you believe is vile enough for me to carry. Just know that any who has left something in my right hand, believe they left it behind. You still carry it with you, and I still carry you in my hand. You may delude yourself into thinking what lies beyond the doors might be as beautiful as my right hand or as terrible as my left hand. I promise you, I promise you, I promise you. I'm lying to you. I'm lying to you. I'm lying to you. What lies beyond those doors is both far better and far worse than what I carry.